Hi everybody, Benita Hudson, your psychic coach here, back from a bit of a hiatus. I had an interesting journey with health issues. I was quite ill last month, didn't have a lot of energy to do much of anything, to be honest, and it resulted in my getting a pacemaker. So it's been an interesting journey. I only had the operation on the 18th. I believe today is the 22nd. So it's been only a few days, and it's quite an adjustment, especially because I am not allowed to bring my left arm up this high this way or forward for 6 weeks. Washing my hair with one hand is an interesting experience, and there's a lot of hair to work with here. Tillman, my husband, has been extraordinary. He's basically said, don't lift a finger. He's taking care of so many things, including braiding my hair and helping me get dressed. And I'm just starting to come around the corner in terms of my energy level now. I'm being able to get some things done. I'm just learning to get really good with the right hand for all the little things, making breakfast. I like to be able to do things at home as much as I can. But when I can't, it's really wonderful to have such a loving partner who's just totally been there for me all the way through, including the other night when I had a scary experience. My brand new pacemaker started shocking me. I got these sharp stabbing pains right at the base of my heart. So henceforth, my pacemaker is now named Sparky. And it was just, repetitive pains and then a few more, and then it stopped. So I did a bit of digging as to what might have caused that. And I found out, I'd really overindulged in black licorice that evening. And unbeknownst to me, but my intuition said, look it up, it reduces your potassium level and can cause arrhythmia. So I suspect either my heart went, oh, you're in arrhythmia, shock, shock, shock. And I might be feeling it more because the leads don't have enough scar tissue around them yet. Again, this is all me guessing. Or it might be a setting needs to be changed on my pacemaker. It's still a mystery because we did go to the hospital and they said your heart is fine, your leads are fine. I didn't pull anything out, but they said call the clinic the next morning. So I left messages at the clinic and with my cardiologist, and I haven't heard anything back yet. And I know they're all overwhelmed. There's a lot of people with these now, and so there's, I have to kind of wait in line. But it's been an interesting journey in terms of acceptance of a number of things, acceptance of my body as it is and as it changes. I used to love to go for brisk walks every day, and when I got sick in January, I couldn't do that anymore. So it's something I'm looking forward to when I've healed enough, and I'm on my way there. So I'm excited about that. Acceptance of the amount of love and support I'm receiving. I've been a pretty independent person in my life, and because of things I went through as a kid, I had to be strong. I had to be tough. I had to manage a lot of things on my own. It's a real exercise in vulnerability to let people be there for you, to let them love and support you. And the messages, the phone calls, people offering to assist, Tillman just going, above and beyond to do all the things he does to make my life easier. My lovely clients who've reached out to say, hey, how are you doing? And what do you need? It's really been something else. It makes me think of the Tibetan Book of the Dead, where they talk about, when you die, you come to this beautiful light that is just pure love. And most of us can't handle that much love, so we turn away from that light and we find these dimmer lights of a couple making love, and we enter into the form of their baby and we start reincarnation all over again. So I've often said that I think that one of the main things this life is about, besides awakening, is learning to let in love, learning to give it, learning to receive it. And a lot of us have a really hard time receiving. So it's really been a humbling and beautiful experience for me to learn to let love in, and to have such generosity of spirit coming from so many people who say, we actually do want to hear how you're doing. Please stay in touch. Please let us know how it's going. It's quite a remarkable thing. The acceptance of the body, the acceptance of getting older and having to be very patient. I've always been one of those people that if I got sick, be over in 24 hours, maybe happen once a year, and then I'm off to the races again. And when I got my diagnosis in 2021 of sarcoidosis, that was one thing that made me have to treat my body a little differently, take medications on a regular basis, get checkups every 3 months because it's an illness that has to be monitored. And now with the pacemaker, it's actually pretty cool that these newest ones don't require as much distancing from things. Yeah, you can't go through a scanner in an airport, and you have to make sure they don't wave the wand near it. You can't hold your cell phone in the ear closest to your pacemaker, but most things you can use. You just have to have a certain 6-inch distance from them. So this is all a new learning experience for me. And one of the really cool things about my particular pacemaker, which is the Biotronic Edora 8 DRT, I think it is it has something that helps with the vagus nerve. So one of the problems I've had with my sarcoidosis is a persistent, often violent cough that just comes on because I drank some tea. It's always something ridiculous. And I'm coughing a lot less now that I have this because it's calming that down. So cool advantage. I think one of the most challenging things is the letting go of control. I'm giving a talk next week in Parksville called Memento Mori, all about the way the body is designed to help us toward enlightenment. The body is designed to break down. We can do everything we can to maintain our youthfulness. And I've always felt pretty youthful. I mean, I'm turning 62 in June, and I normally don't feel my age. But it's the acceptance of the body is going to break down. It's designed to. We live in an impermanent world. We are in impermanent bodies. And so as there's more and more health matters to deal with, it's that lesson that, yes, treat them. Yes, do what you can to take care of yourself, but don't fight the reality of your impermanence. Allow yourself to accept that the body breaking down, more and more of your internal resources having to be given over to taking care of this external body in ways you never perhaps expected to, is a sign that you need to do the internal work. You need to work on preparing yourself for death. And it doesn't mean it's just around the corner, but Tibetans practice, they call it Poa practice. And it is a practice where you're learning to prepare yourself to leave your body and go to whatever the divine is to you. And Tibetans practice this their whole lives. So when it comes time to leave their bodies, they're well practiced in this exercise. They're not terrified to do it. They're not terrified of the unknown. And I think that's something that we can learn a lot from. And it's a practice that I'm going to be taking people through during my talk. And it's something that I've offered to people that I counsel who are terminal. And as an advanced Psych K facilitator, there's actually a balance that I can help people with to help them overcome the fear of dying. So accepting our bodies are going to change, accepting that our body is a teacher, pointing us in that direction, saying, this thing you're living in is going to fall away. And who will you be when it does? Will you have done the inner work to leave with grace, to leave with greater awareness, to leave with love? Or will you fight it all the way? Will you be angry at your body when it doesn't do what you want it to do? Will you fight to try to be younger than you are instead of with grace accepting, here's another teacher. Here's my body once again taking me on a journey. And the ultimate journey, the ultimate adventure, is something really we should be accepting and preparing ourselves for from a very young age. Memento mori, remember you must die. So, are you living this life, or are you just trying not to die? Which do you want to be? Give that some thought. I will try to come in more often than I have been. And I want to thank everybody for all the loving support, all the kindness you've shown, and the patience as you wait for another video from me. Do take care, and if you are struggling with an illness or with something terminal, either for yourself or a family member, or just the fear of dying, or if you're really wanting to delve deeper into the ways you can become more awakened while you're still here in physical form, I'd be more than happy to help you. Do check out my website. I am taking bookings, and yeah, this is a journey we can all take together. As Ram Dass put it, we're all just walking each other home. Thanks very much. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.